If I had to start from zero and completely change my life in 6 months, this is what I would do. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, but we're going to get straight into the video. So if I had 6 months to completely change my life, starting from zero, these will be the things I would do. Number one, I will identify the individual who I want to be, what they do, what they look like, what they wear, type of physique they have, type of money that they make, like the full identity of the version of the person who I'm trying to be, the new me. Um, I will identify who that person will be, and I will write it down. I will write it somewhere, and I will read it each and every day. Identify that individual, read it each and every day. Now, after you identify it and you read it each and every day, now I make a power list, like a list of non-negotiables I do each and every day. I gotta check off during the day, and I will make sure everything is aligned with the individual I'm trying to become, the identity I'm trying to do. And with that being said, I would do that shit each and every day, and I would track it to a T. I know some days it's going to be harder than others. I know some days it might not be as easy. You might have too much to do. Something might come up, but you have 24 hours in a day. You should be able to complete that power list. And try to complete it each and every day. In them 6 months, even after, complete it, track it, move on to the next. Um, Number three, I will also make sure that I'm being consistent, and intention is the intentions in my consistency. I'm not just doing it just because it's there and I gotta do it. No, I'm doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I have a purpose. I'm doing it because I'm chasing something bigger than me. I'm chasing that new version of me, the new version of me that took 30 years to build up, the version of me that the society and everyone around me has molded into be, and even just my own little thoughts and things I've learned and saw and thought I should be doing it. So just being consistent and putting intention and consistency. I will isolate myself. 6 months, I will isolate myself. Friends, family, you know, people I'm trying to do it, whatever the case may be, I will isolate myself. Like, I found value in solitude. You're able to understand who you are, your wants, your mistakes, where you really are lacking, what you like, what you don't like. You're actually able to level up faster than you would being around other individuals because you're influenced by what they want to do, influenced by how they speak, influenced by how they move. The people that you be around, you're going to be that sixth person. 5 people that you be around, you're going to be that sixth person. Instead, just be around nobody. You're really able to focus and lock in. It gets very lonely. It gets very like irritating, but after a while, you started to understand and feel that this is amazing. It feels great. I get so much work done when I'm alone. I get to breathe, I get to think, I get to move how I move, and actually value the time I spend with myself and not have to move here, go here. You know what I mean? Like actually spend time with myself and understand where I could have went wrong, where I could do better, where I can potentially grow, or even just being more consistent. Going a little bit harder because I'm not being watched. Going a little bit harder because I'm alone. I have nothing else to do. So embrace the solitude. If I had to change my life, I mean, if I will also make sure that I write down the things that I don't want to be, the old version of me. Besides writing down the person who I really do want to be, you also got to write down the version of you that who you was and you don't want to be anymore. So once you read that list and you feel like you're going back to that old version, you could read that like this is not the mother. They was right about me if I become this motherfucker. If I keep letting this motherfucker win, they was right about me. And if you don't want to be that version of you, it's okay to keep reminding yourself of that old person, that old version of you, because you're making yourself aware of this is not what I want, but the person I identified in the beginning, that's what I want. That's what I want to do, and push forward to that each and every day. You know, Motivation only lasts so long. So within that 6 months, I would cherish every moment. I will make sure I'm crossing my T's, dotting my I's. I'll make sure I'm showing up and showing out each and every day. I will make sure that everything counts. Because I'm sure my progress could have been a little bit better, but I lacked a lot of different things that I know now. You know what I mean? Like, and in those 6 months, don't compare yourself. Don't think because this worked for them that it will work for you. Whatever works for you, let it work, and I will continue to keep working. If the system ain't broke, don't fix it. If you lost 20 pounds doing that, put more attention in it, add a little extra, do a little more, you can now lose 40. You know what I mean? You just got to add a little bit extra. Sometimes it's not about changing everything or doing something completely different. It's just about, making it more intense, making it a little bit more aggressive, more harder, going a little bit deeper, touching, hitting spots that you wouldn't think that spots should be touched, you know? That means in this 6 months, you are building financial success, building the knowledge, building your purpose. You're working on your relationships. You're not only just working on the habits that you do, but also the inside of you. You can look good on the outside, but in the inside, that's what makes a lot of people ugly. How you're reacting, your emotional intelligence. And in 6 months, I will work on my emotional intelligence. And if you want to do that, you can get a book like this. This really helps. I'm actually going to reread this book and make sure I take notes, but this book's really helps. Read those types of books because books are damn near the cheat code to a successful life, because these people went through a lot of different things that we may go through, and they have already covered it. They know the ins and outs. So instead of taking the route that you might have thought and it's in that book, now you can go a different route. Now you can take the route that they said, or try new different things that can get you to where you're trying to go to. In 6 months, your life could completely change, but it's really up to you and how serious you take it. It's not about who sees it, who applauds, who don't applaud, who's there, who's not there. It's really about you and your intentions. Is your why big enough? Are you really taking the time out to fix and implement certain system and stick to a system for 6 months? Whether your days are harder, whether your days are easier, whether you have to pick up an extra shift, whether the bills are due, whether the job lets you go, whether your relationship is sinking or you're trying to rebuild your relationship. Are you willing to stick it out? Are you willing to commit to it and actually put forth the best foot, the best effort? Because your life could change in 6 months depending on how you take it. And I feel like like I said, if I knew certain things, if I was moving with a little bit more intention, if I didn't think I needed to change everything, if I didn't think I needed to do certain things, I would be in a different position. And I say take that for me. Don't keep comparing yourself and think you need to change certain things when certain things aren't for you. It's meant for that specific person. God brought out a path for you, and you got to follow that designated path. Their success will be their success. How you come up will not be how they come up. Your journey is not their journey. We can only provide each other with motivation, inspiration, or how we got through certain things for you to get to that journey that you're trying to get to. So, if you want to change your life in 6 months, whether you're starting from zero, whether you're working a 9 to 5, or you just need to be inspired and motivated, man, click the link in the description, join Twox Academy. That's it for the video, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.